I'm just kind of reflecting really on how brilliant my journey into celebrancy has been. And I don't mean I'm brilliant. I mean, I'd like to think I'm half decent, otherwise people wouldn't employ me. But the journey itself, from discovering Celebrant Circle, signing up to do the training, the week of training, which was just, it was immense. I would go back and do it again in a heartbeat, you know. In that 5 days, 5 incredibly full days, we learnt so much. It was so thorough, but I never felt swamped, which is always weird, because I always, when I'm learning something new, if I'm doing a course or something, I always get to the point where I feel swamped quite quickly, because obviously getting back into that training mindset is difficult. But I never felt that. I mean, it was emotional, of course it was. It's, emotional subject matters, and there is a lot to take in, but it was such a good week. And I just kind of wanted to share that, really. It was really thorough. I think I've already said thorough, repetition. And it was hard because, it shouldn't be easy to do something like this when you're responsible for the big moments in people's lives. But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I am so thankful that I chose Celebrant Circle, because the room was full of love and support, and yeah, I'm kind of waffling a little bit, but the fact that you then you come out of that 5 days of intense but brilliant training, and then you are offered incredible support in the shape of the inner circle. So anyone else who has either trained with the Celebrant Circle or who has joined the membership of the Celebrant Circle, there's so much support there. I mean, I asked so many questions. Okay, a lot of them might have been about clothing, even though we'd covered it in the course. I was fretting. But there was no one that made me feel silly or made me feel like any question was, oh no, you should have done that in the training. Because it's just that thing of when you come away and you look at your notes and you sort of go, okay, there's always going to be questions. And there's always going to be questions when you go into panic, when you book your first service, which I did within a month, which was incredible, but nerve-wracking. But I don't know, it just felt like everything that we needed to know was there. And meeting the family for the first time, I was so worried that I would be tongue-tied, or that I would feel like an imposter, or that I would get too emotional. But it's really interesting how actually when you do meet those families for the first time, it's that automatic human response. You're meeting a group of people who are at their most vulnerable emotionally, and they're looking to you to help guide them. Some of them do have very clear ideas about what they want, and that makes for an easy meeting, because you can help them realize their vision. With other families, sometimes they, this is their first experience of having to plan a funeral, and so you have to offer suggestions and be the safe pair of hands. And I was so worried that my first meeting, or my first few meetings, I would feel or seem incredibly novice, but you don't, because you've got it all there. You know what it is you're supposed to be doing. So yeah, I realise I'm kind of looking above the camera a lot. I'm sort of sitting, thinking, doing my actors think. But yeah, it's a really wonderful privilege